Hello, this is Nick Livingston for the History of Gaming class, Module 2, and this is the game that I made called Merchants and Thieves for 1 to 2 players. The pieces you'll need are 2 dice, 6 gold pieces, 6 stones, and 2 diamonds. To start, you need to give each player 3 gold pieces, which will be stored in their safe, and each player also gets 1 dice. And then you place the 6 stones and the 2 diamonds into the stockpile, which should be placed between the 2 players. And the goal of the game is to be the first player to have all 6 gold pieces in your safe. First you'll decide who goes first, and then players take alternating turns. Each player has 3 possible actions that they can perform on their turn, and they can do them in any order. Once a player has taken all 3 actions or has declared their turn over, the next player takes their turn. And the 3 actions that you can take are as follows. The first one is you can buy an item. The player may purchase a single item from the stockpile, either stones or diamonds. The stones cost 1 gold and the diamonds cost 2. If the player purchases an item, the gold spent is removed from their safe and then put into the stockpile. The stones may be used as soon as they are purchased. However, the diamonds you must wait until your next turn to use. You can also choose to sell a diamond, and that's the second option you have. If you have a diamond in your safe, as if you bought one on your previous turn, you may then choose to sell it to the stockpile or sell it to the other player. And I'll have more on that later. The third option is that you can steal, and you may roll it to steal. You can attempt to steal from either the stockpile or from the other player. And when you're attempting to steal from the stockpile, success only occurs when you roll a 5 or a 6. And so to steal from the stockpile, you would roll. And if you got a 5 or a 6, you would get to choose, for a 5, you get to choose 1 gold or 1 stone from the stockpile. If you got a 6, you get to choose 2 pieces, either 2 gold and 2 stone or 1 of each. And if you choose to steal from the other player, the rules are the same, except that if you rolled a 5 or a 6, the other player has a chance to roll, and if they get a higher roll than yours, the theft does not succeed. And the way you use stones and diamonds are, stones can be used after any time you roll the dice to add 2 points to your roll, and you may use more than 1 stone at a time to add to your rolls. Once you use a stone to add to your rolls, it's removed from your safe and then set aside in a separate pile called the trash, which I'll get to later. Once all 6 stones are in the trash, at the end of that player's turn where all 6 stones were in the trash, they then get moved back into the stockpile where players can buy them again. Diamonds, those can be sold to either the stockpile or to another player, and they work very similarly to stealing, except they're much more powerful. If a player chooses to sell the diamond to the stockpile, that player rolls a die and takes any combination of gold pieces or stones equal to the number that they rolled. And you can also use stones from your stockpile to add to this roll. And once the sale is complete, the diamond will return immediately to the stockpile. If a player chooses to sell their diamond to another player, both players will roll a dice. If the seller's roll is higher than the buyer's roll, the seller will take a number of gold pieces equal to the difference in their rolls from the buyer's safe. So for example, if this player tried to sell a diamond to this player, and this player rolled a 6 and this player rolled a 3, this player would get to take 3 gold from this player's stockpile. You can also use stones to add to these rolls, so you can use them to either take more gold from the other player, or if you're defending, you can use the stones to keep the gold in your safe. And that's about it. So in a moment here, I'll get to the playthrough. Thanks a lot.